Yes, good evening, USA, International, Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, Queens. This is your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, host with the most, creator, misunderstood lonely nomad, unstoppable independent podcaster, and rookie podcaster of Laurelton, Queens, New York. And you're rocking and hanging out with me on the 216th episode of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast. Live and direct from StreamYard alongside with YouTube. And next to me is the Instagram live feed of the podcast show page on Instagram. Make sure you turn on your notifications. Make sure you follow the show on Instagram. And on top of that, if you like to support this show right here, all you need to do is go to the Cash App in the link in bio where it says Cash App. And it's gonna be G Money Stacks 555. That's $ capital G lowercase MONEY capital S lowercase TACKZ 555. Once again, it's not about breaking the bank. It's not about breaking the bank and being from a rich family with a lot of money. It's all about doing the best you can as a human being on whatever amount of money you decide to donate that you desire will be appreciated. Plus, leave a 5-star rating on Podchaser, Podfriend, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify as well as a review. A 5-star rating and a review will be appreciated. In the meantime, if you are new to the channel and you missed any previous episodes whatsoever, don't worry, I got your back and covered. Go grab that subscribe button on the YouTube channel page, G Money Stacks 555, where you see all the New York episodes uploaded and posted to the channel page. Tap the noni bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream, alongside with leaving a like and a comment with the episodes and topics that's being discussed. More video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes, and of course, tell a friend to another friend. Make sure you download these episodes, share the episodes, share the videos. Make sure you listen, stream, and watch these episodes in case you miss any of the episodes. All of them are already uploaded to every streaming platform that you could think of. And I'll handle the rest where you can actually get a chance to listen to these episodes on streaming platforms at the end of the show. So I got y'all. And now we're gonna I'm gonna cut to the chase with some New York Mass Transit files right here. So let's do this. All right, I only got one story in transit for now. So and this is from Pix 11 most recently. So basically in the Bronx, New York, for years residents of the Northeast Bronx have expressed frustration with how difficult it is to get around with few public transit options. The east side of the Bronx is where most of the transportation is needed, said Bronx resident Christopher Crum. That's why the New York City Department of Transportation launched the shared e-scooter pilot program in August 2021. Now, more than a year later, the DOT says it's been a success. Their latest report includes usage information from the three companies, VO, Bird, and Lime. Combined, they served 86,000 riders and 1 million trips during a 12-month period. The program has been so popular that the city will be making it permanent and will likely expand. Most of the rides happen on weekdays, with many residents using the e-scooters to get to the closest subway stations. I think that's great. It really reduced my commute 15 to 20 minutes because I don't live too far, but it's a half an hour walk. It really makes a huge difference. Also, on my return home, I get home late and often there's a long wait for the bus. So I hop on one of these and make and it makes it a huge it makes a huge difference, said Valerie Perez. The e-scooters are meant to be used in bike lanes and on streets with speed limits greater than 30 miles per hour, but some users ride on sidewalks or go too fast. That leaves little time for drivers and pedestrians to see them coming. And this happened on November 12th. A man on an e-scooter was killed when he was struck by a car on East 149th Street. E-scooter users are supposed to park them at the free sidewalk bicycle parking racks or bike corrals, or at the edge of the sidewalk to not interfere with people walking. Residents say there aren't enough dedicated zones. People are leaving them anywhere, like next to a fire hydrant near Morris Park Avenue. It needs a bit more planning. There needs to be parking, and also, I just think more education. I hope the community preserves the and takes care of takes care of them, because some folks don't take care of them. They knock them down. It affects my life, said Perez. Okay, that's pretty interesting right here. That's pretty interesting. So, all right. So, now I don't know, man. One of the individual cashiers wanted me to buy e-bike, and I'm like, listen, I'm not I'm not riding an e-bike in a cold ass winter weather. No, I'm not doing that. That's not gonna happen, man. And and this is crazy, man. Um, this is very crazy to me, and I'm not really gonna do that. Let's see. So, all right, all right. We're gonna get into the whole Tory Lanez thing, and this is chatting on the jazz right here. He is in some hot water again. So we're gonna get into it right now. Yes, Tory Lanez. Yes, Tory Lanez, man. Oh boy. Um, Tory Lanez is so adamant he didn't shoot Megan the Stallion that he spent an entire album denying it. How the fuck you get shot in your foot? Don't hit no bones or tendons. The Canadian rapper asked in the opening track to his 2020 release Daystar, how the fuck your team is trying to paint me as some whole menace. In the critically penned hour-long album, Lanes repeatedly said the superstar Houston rapper and her team framed him for the July 2020 attack that sent her to a Los Angeles hospital while bemoaning their lost friendship. The album was just one episode in a saga that saw Lanes, whose real name is Daystar Peterson. Daystar Peterson. Oh shit. Oh man. Wow, wow, wow. Daystar Peterson. Yeah, arrested on suspicion of carrying a concealed weapon before Megan Thee Stallion publicly accused him in a viral Instagram video of shooting her. She then ripped his version of events apart in the song Shots Fired. Arguments over what really happened between the two on a Hollywood Hills street in 2020 finally moved from the recording booth to a courtroom Monday. Peterson's trial on assault charges began. If convicted of shooting the Savage and WAP rapper, Peterson could face nearly 23 years in prison. The case has reinvigorated discussions about misogyny in the hip hop industry that Megan Thee Stallion, whose legal last name is Pete, has upended with songs that often depict women wielding power over men. And it comes after a series of violent attacks on hip hop artists in Los Angeles in recent years, including killings of Nipsey Hussle and Draco the Ruler and PNB Rock. The trial is expected to last about 8 days, and Pete, age 27, will testify on Tuesday, according to um, LA County Deputy District Attorney Alexander Bott. It is unclear if Peterson, age 30, will testify. Prosecutors allege the shooting happened shortly after both artists left a party at the Hollywood Hills home of Kylie Jenner, a member of the Kardashian clan, in July 2020. The pair was riding in an SUV with a woman named Kelsey Harris, a longtime friend of Pete, from whom she is now estranged, and Peterson's bodyguard. During his opening arguments on Monday, Bott said the two artists got into a heated dispute when Pete derided Peterson's rap skills. At some point, Pete demanded to be let out of the car. Peterson then yelled, "Dance, bitch," before firing 5 rounds at Pete, Bott said. The gunshots prompted a slew of 911 calls, and Los Angeles police officers eventually pulled over the SUV the two were riding in near Hollywood Boulevard. Initially, Pete told police that she injured her feet by stepping on broken glass at Jenner's party. Weeks later, however, she accused Peterson in an Instagram live video of shooting her. She has said she hesitated to report the assault to Los Angeles police as she feared how officers would react in the wake of the recent killings of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor by police in Minneapolis and Louisville, Kentucky. Peterson was first arrested on suspicion of possessing an unregistered firearm. His defense team has questioned Pete's logic about waiting to report the shooting, noting that if she were concerned about police behavior, she could have told paramedics or doctors at Cedars Sinai Hospital how she was injured while having bullet fragments removed from her feet. Prosecutors have also said Peterson made a remorseful phone call to one of Pete's friends from jail the night of the incident. "I'm deeply sorry, so I feel crazy that I made a mistake," Peterson said, according to a partial transcript of the call read by in court by prosecutors during a preliminary hearing last year. "Yeah, you're not that sorry. What happened already. I can't take it back. I'm just telling y'all I'm sorry." On Monday, Bott played a portion of the voicemail in which Peterson acknowledged that he was drunk at the time of the shooting and apologized profusely for his actions, though he never admits to firing a gun at Pete. "I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart. She, uh, sh- shit, shit, I sh- shit should have never happened, and I can't change what I did." Peterson texted to Pete the next night, according to Bott. In an interview this year, Pete also claimed that Peterson apologized at the scene, begged her not to tell anyone about the incident, and offered $1 million for her silence. Okay, that sounds like a damn bribe, man. I'm like, "What are you talking about? Why are you offering money right now?" She said. "Help me. If you're sorry, just help me." Peterson loudly objected to the phone call being read in court last year, and his defense team says the message was taken out of context. "When the time comes, you'll know what he was apologizing about," Clearly, the DA's office has taken it out of context and wants to run with what fits their theory of the case. Defense attorney um, George said last week. But the truth of the matter is, the reason my client said everything and apologized about everything he did, but never mentioned the shooting, is because that's not what he was apologizing for. During his opening statement Monday, um, the defense attorney said the case was about jealousy between Pete and Harris. The two friends have never spoken for more than 2 years, according to the defense attorney, who recast the scene inside the SUV as an argument between the two women about Peterson. Um, the defense attorney said Pete and Peterson had a sexual relationship after Harris was involved with him, a situation that left her furious because Pete went behind her back. Um, the defense attorney said the women had clashed before over similar situations involving men. And he also reportedly harped on the idea that Peterson's DNA was not found on either the gun used in the shooting or the magazine expelled from it, while tests showed gunshot residue on Harris and Peterson's bodyguard too. People can test positive for such residue by standing near a person who has fired a weapon. However, the shooting was a critical part of a landmark year for both artists. Pete had been ascendant in rap circles for years, but exploded to international prominence in 2020 with the remix of her hit Savage alongside Beyonce and the smash hit WAP, a raunchy tag team effort with Cardi B that only gained more attention each time someone complained about the track. For Peterson, an Ontario native and arguably the biggest artist Canadian hip hop import to the US aside from Drake, the shooting allegations short circuited his career. Daystar, the album Peterson released in the wake of the shooting, was largely ignored by critics, drawing more attention for its attacks on Pete than his bars and beats. Drake also engendered controversy this year when he released a song Circle Loco, implying Pete lied about the shooting. The attacks on the credibility of Pete's allegations have drawn frustration from a number of prominent figures. Representative Maxine Waters and Alexis McGill Johnson, chief executive of Planned Parenthood, signed an open letter in support of Pete in response to the Drake controversy last month. The rapper herself has at times thrown her hands up in exasperation. I'm a victim, Pete said about the shooting during an interview this year. I'm the victim. I'm not defending myself against anything. Something happened to me. Still, the prosecution's case has hit snags. In court last week, Deputy Assistant Attorney Kathy Ta also acknowledged that the lead detective on the case, Ryan Stogner, had been fired from the LAPD in the wake of the domestic violence allegations. Court records show prosecutors declined to bring charges against Stogner, who is going through an extremely contentious divorce after a physical altercation with his estranged wife in Lancaster this year. In a brief declination memo outlining why Stogner was not charged, prosecutors said the case could not be filed due to problems of proof and the fact that Stogner might have had a valid self-defense claim against the estranged wife. The two separated in 2017, records show. It was unclear when Stogner was fired, and the LAPD did not respond to a request for comment. A spokesman for the district attorney's office would not say when prosecutors became aware of the issue. Ty said she had no plans to call Stogner as a witness, but defense attorney MG um Desnin intends to alleging the detective bungled the entire investigation. Detective Stogner is one of, if not the most important witness for the defense, he said. This is a detective who I will argue has botched the investigation. He only chose to do certain things that were incriminating to my client. While MG Desian has implied that Harris and Pete broken friendship has left Pete at odds with the prosecution. Both Bot and Pete's personal attorney, Alex Spiro, has said she had plans to testify. She's a prosecution witness, and she has a contemporaneous text message that she sent that is marked in time forever and ever, where she says, without any doubt, Tory shot Meg. Spiro said of Harris, that will come into evidence, and that's devastating evidence. Okay, up next. Up next, um, yes, up next, we're gonna talk about yeah, let's talk about all right, let's talk about Lil Wayne's Lollipop song. Um okay. Lil Wayne's signature hit Lollipop is now certified diamond by the Recording Industry Association of America, adding yet another sparkling notch in the Young Money CEO's storied career. After the RIAA announcement Wednesday morning, an appreciative Lil Wayne sent out a video thanking all the 10 million fans who bought the song, noting it was sales, not streams, that got him the diamond plaque. Lollipop was released as the first single from Wayne's 2008 blockbuster album, The Carter 3. The album sold 1 million records in just a week, so it's no surprise the party starter Lollipop hit the diamond mark. Wow. Um Wayne also sent out a special RIP to the song's collaborator Static Major, who'd also worked with artists like Aaliyah and Timbaland. Static died from health complications in 2008, shortly before Lollipop was released. Lollipop spent a total of 5 weeks atop the Billboard Hot 100 and officially kicked off the digital era of rap singles selling like hotcakes. Congrats to Wheezy F Baby. Yes, let's make some noise for Wheezy F Baby. All right, up next, let's get into another artist who also earned a diamond, The Weeknd. All right. So far, so good. Yeah, that's crazy, man. But um, so the Weeknd is adding yet another career achievement to his resume, his fourth diamond certification. The Toronto-bred megastar's 2015 party starter "Can't Feel My Face" received its flowers from the Recording Industry Association of America on Tuesday, an award for selling 10 million records sold overall. The Can't Feel My Face video also has over 1 billion views on YouTube. So yeah, the song's been a monster jam for years. His hits, The Hills, Starboy, and Blinding Lights were also previously certified diamond, making him the third solo artist and fourth artist overall to obtain the 4 milestone plaques. Abel had an incredible run this year. His last album, Dawn FM, debuted at number 2 in January, making for an anticipated second leg of his tour in 2023. All right. How about that? How about some noise for the weekend? Yes. So let's go over some stuff here, man. So actually, yeah, so the 2023 Grammy Awards are set for February of next year, and now the nominations are for Best Rap Song. Among this year's nominees are Jack Harlow's Churchill Downs featuring Drake, DJ Khaled's God Did featuring Jay-Z, Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, John Legend, and Friday, Kendrick Lamar's The Heart Part 5, Gunner and Futures Part 5, Gunner and Futures, Pushing P featuring Young Thug, and Futures Wait For You featuring Drake and Thames. Kendrick's The Heart Part 5 peaked at the on number 15 on the Billboard Hot 100 earlier this year, despite not initially being included on Kendrick Lamar's latest album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, which is nominated for Best Rap Album at this year's Grammy Awards. Kendrick accompanied the socially conscious track with an absolutely stunning visual immediately upon its release. The widely acclaimed music video for the Heart Part 5 includes um a close-up shot of Kendrick rapping bar for bar as his face morphs into various A-list celebrities such as Kanye West, Will Smith, and Kobe Bryant, among others. As for Future, the can't miss combination of him and Drake on Wait For You landed Pluto, his second number one hit on the Billboard Hot 100, and has been certified multi-platinum by the RIAA since its release back in April, featuring a prominent sample from Thames' 2020 song Higher. Wait For You is undeniably one of the best songs of 2022. Along with Gunna, another platinum certified song, including Future, is up for Best Rap Song at this year's Grammy Awards. Although both Gunna and Young Thug have been in prison on RICO charges since May. Pushing P saw success throughout the entire first half of 2022 with a total of 20 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100 singles chart, reaching a peak position of number 7. DJ Khaled's God Did featuring Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, John Legend, and Friday not only features standout contributions from some of the biggest names in the music industry, but the 8-minute track peaked at number 17 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart and left throughout the entire hip hop community of the opinion that Jay-Z's verse is nothing short of a masterpiece. Can't believe this guy's name is Friday. That shit is funny, man. Oh man. Ah man. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. All right. So while First Class has certainly been Jack Harlow's most successful song this year, Churchill Downs featuring Drake reached as high as number 23 on the Billboard Hot 100 and served as a major moment in the Kentucky bred rapper's career. Linking up with Drizzy was obviously a great look for Harlow, and the track made multiple headlines since it originally leaked back in April, given that Drake seemingly takes multiple subliminal shots at Pusha T throughout his verse. The official music video for Churchill Downs was shot while Jack Harlow and Drake were in attendance at this year's Kentucky Derby back in May and caused a viral moment when an inebriated Champagne Poppy crashed an on-camera interview Harlow was doing with NBC Sports. Last year, Kanye West and Jay-Z took home Best Rap Song for the Donda album track Jail. The win marked Kanye's 24th Grammy win among 75 nominations in his career. Meanwhile, this year's Grammy Awards has also sparked some controversy. Interestingly, the Grammy Awards committee decided not to put Nicki Minaj's Billboard Hot 100 #1 single Super Freaky Girl for consideration in the rap song category, but instead in the pop song category. I don't know why, but that's really crazy, man. That's crazy right there. Yeah, that's crazy, man. um yeah, so let me see where was I? Um where was I? Yeah. According to the Hollywood Reporter, the Recording Academy reportedly deemed Nicki's track, which samples Rick James' 1981 classic Super Freak, as a pop single and should be nominated for Best Pop Solo Performance. Nicki wasn't happy about the Academy's decision and jumped on her Twitter account to deliver an ultimatum that if Super Freaky Girl wasn't going to be considered for any rap categories, neither should Lotto's Big Energy. The Queen's New York rhymer added, "Could you imagine someone telling you not to complain about being treated unfairly at your workplace? This is my job. I work very hard, no different from a 9 to 5, where you should speak up for yourself if you know you are a great employee and continue to be purposely sabotaged." Um, yeah. Nicki's reaction to the Grammys submission news also sparked a Twitter beef between her and Lotto. While it's not uncommon for rap artists to be put in the pop category, the Recording Academy has not yet addressed their decision to move Nicki Minaj's song to the pop categories. That's crazy, man. That's really crazy. And here are some list of hold on a second. Here are the list of rappers that have the most Grammy nominations but never won. So this is Snoop Dogg with 16 nominations, Busta Rhymes with 12 nominations, Nicki Minaj with 10 nominations, Post Malone 9 nominations, The Baby 8 nominations, Big Sean 6 nominations. Two, why is Tupac Shakur in this? He's dead. Rick Ross 5 nominations. Um and obviously the Notorious B.I.G., aka Biggie Smalls, 4 nominations. But I don't know about all that though, man. He's dead too. Let's see. And the late great DMX also has 4 wins too. Quavo 4 nominations. Wow. It's obviously that's crazy, man. And speaking of Nicki Minaj, let's get into the breakdown on why she got snubbed at the Grammys. Let's see. That's that's terrible right there, man. That's really terrible. Um yeah, the nominations for the 2023 Grammy Awards have been announced and Nicki Minaj is nowhere to be found. On Tuesday, the Recording Academy revealed the potential winners for next year's award show. Of course, the best rap song nominees are Jack Harlow's Churchill Downs featuring Drake, DJ Khaled's Got Dead featuring Jay-Z, Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, John Legend, and Friday. Kendrick Lamar's The Heart Part 5, Gunna and Future's Pushing P featuring Young Thug and features um Wait for You featuring Drake and Thames. While it was previously known Nicki's hit single Super Freaky Girl would not compete in this category, Nicki's Billboard Hot 100 topping single failed to get any nods in the pop categories as well. In fact, the Queen rapper was totally shut out. Back in October, it was reported that the Recording Academy had removed Nicki Minaj's hit song Super Freaky Girl from consideration in the rap category and were considering the Rick James sample song a pop track. She reacted to the news on Twitter. I have no problem being moved out the rap category as long as we are all treated fairly, she tweeted. If F if SFG has to be moved out of moved out rap, then so does being big energy. Any who says Diff is simply a Nicki hater or a troll. I'd actually love to see a more street record win, male or female. I'm just saying, right is right. Yeah, and that's crazy. Um, and yeah, that's crazy though, man. So naturally, Nicki Minaj fans are livid that she was not picked in any category. No way did GloRilla and Lotto get nominated for a Grammy, but Nicki Minaj didn't. The Grammys are so rigged, one Twitter users tweeted. Not surprised, but let me say this. Let me say this and I'm gonna be done. Nicki Minaj is always gonna be that bitch with or without a Grammy, and I'm gonna stand 10 toes down for her as long as I got breath in my body. She's gonna always be on top. Period. Another person wrote. Yeah, yeah, that's yeah, yeah. It's pretty terrible on the RIAA part. That shit is terrible, man. They're wrong for that. Yeah, they're wrong for that shit though, man. Yeah. And speaking of wrong, um, Chris Brown was supposed to be, and this is some highlights from the American Music Awards. So Chris Brown was won, but he didn't show up. So let's get into it. So let me see. Chris Brown scored a win at the 2022 American Music Awards shortly after slamming the show for allegedly cutting his planned tribute to Michael Jackson. Oh, Lord. AMA's 2022 Red Carpet Fashion, see what happens, see what the stars wore, blah, blah. During the live award show at the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles on Sunday, November 20th, Kelly Rowland announced Brown's win for favorite male R&B artist. Chris Brown is not here tonight, so I am accepting this award on his behalf. And excuse me, chill out, the Destiny's Child member, age 41, told the crowd as they started booing the absent winner, age 33. But I want to tell Chris, thank you so much for making great what the hell? Yeah, 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 thank you so much for making great R&B music. And I want to tell him thank you for being an incredible performer. I will take this award and bring it to you. I love you. Um, the rapper's win comes one day after he claimed his tribute to Michael Jackson. Um, oh boy, hold on a minute. Okay, yeah. So the rapper's win comes up one day after he claimed his tribute to Michael Jackson at the AMAs was pulled at the last second. Brown took to social media on Saturday, November 19th, to share his lengthy Instagram video of a dance rehearsal. In the clip, the Virginia native performed Jackson's Beat It, Billie Jean, Wanna Be Starting Something, and Thriller. The last tribute was presumably planned to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the late singer's Thriller album. You serious? Brown captioned the Instagram post before claiming in the comments section would have been the AMA performance, but they canceled me for for they canceled me for reasons unknown. The AMAs has not addressed Brown's allegations, but he was not included in previous announcements regarding the ceremony's performing lineup. The Kiss Kiss singer has made headlines for his legal troubles over the years, and in February 2009, Brown physically assaulted then girlfriend Rihanna. He pleaded guilty to the felony and served 5 years of probation, as well as doing community service and attending domestic violence counseling. Um, later that year, Brown opened up about where the pair stood after the incident. I'm pretty sure we can always be friends, he told Larry King in his first interview since his arrest. I don't know about our relationship, but I just know definitely that we ended as friends. The on and off couple briefly reconciled in 2012 before calling it quits again 1 year later. Following their split, Rihanna, age 34, described how it felt to answer questions about the attack. It's in the past, and I don't want to say get over it because it's a very serious thing that is still relevant. It's still real. The fashion designer, who now shares a 6-month-old baby with boyfriend ASAP Rocky, told Vanity Fair in October 2015, a lot of women, a lot of young girls are still going through it. A lot of young boys too. It's not a subject to sweep under the rug, so I can't just dismiss it like it wasn't anything, or I don't take it seriously. But for me and anyone who's been a victim or of domestic abuse, nobody wa- nobody wants to even remember it. Um so meanwhile, Brown was accused of rape and detained in Paris in January 2019. At the time, French authorities said the investigation would continue over after the songwriter was released from custody. The dancer referred to the accusations as false and disrespectful in a since deleted Instagram post. Earlier this year, it was reported that Brown was being sued by a woman claiming that he drugged and raped her at the December 2020 party. The actor replied to claims via Instagram stories in January, writing, I hope y'all see this pattern of whenever I'm releasing music or projects, they try to pull some real bullshit. Okay, so if you or someone you know are experiencing domestic violence, please call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233 for confidential support. And if you or someone you know have been sexually assaulted, contact the National Sexual Assault Hotline at 1-800-656-HOPE, which is 4673. All right. All right. Let's go to some reactions. Some reactions though. First of all, let's go to the AMA 2022 best moments. Yes. Pink opened the 2022 AMAs on wheels. The singer Dawn skates for the debut performance of her new song "Never Gonna Not Dance Again." The event became Pink's rink as she glided around LA's Microsoft Theater with her high energy ensemble. Um, so this is basically so Rock and Rollerblade, number one, actually. Number two, Missy's Moment. Anita brought out a special guest for her performance of Lobby. Missy Elliott, the rap icon, is featured on the Brazilian pop star's new track and dropped jaws when she popped out in a Versace suit. Number three, from the heavens, country queen Carrie Underwood floated um down to the AMA stage in aerial hoops, looking divine in a pink, blue, and white jumpsuit to sing "Crazy Angels" from her recent record "Denim and Rhinestones." Number four, today's two queens. Cardi B brought more than her featured verse to GloRilla's performance tomorrow too. The fellow female rap stars also coordinated outfits and fiery dance moves as they revved up the crowd. Number five, a legacy honored. In one of the night's most anticipated and emotional moments, Pink belted out "Hopelessly Devoted to You" in memory of the late Olivia Newton-John. The audience swayed along to the tribute as Pink delivered her powerful vocals in a feathery, sparkly pink gown. Okay, number six, Sweep. Taylor Swift took home all six of the awards for which she was nominated at this year's AMAs, including the top honor of Artist of the Year. Her re-recorded album "Red," Taylor's version, won in the Best Pop and the Best Country Album categories. Number seven, iconic evening. Genre bending artist Lionel Richie accepted the AMA's highest honor, the Icon Award, presented to him by Smokey Robinson. Richie gave a heartfelt speech about his journey to icon status, offering some sage advice to up and coming musicians about taking the opportunity to inspire others. "When you hear the word hip, it means today," said Richie. "When you hear the word inspiring, it means forever." Number eight, trading tunes, excuse me. Stevie Wonder and Charlie Puth shared their favorite Lionel Richie songs on stage to honor the Icon Award recipient. Wonder kicked things off with a snippet of "Three Times a Lady," which was followed by Puth's take on "Easy." The two riffed with "All Night Long" and slowed it down with "Say You, Say Me." The two cross generational stars added in a beatbox version of "Brick House," harmonized to "Jesus is Love," and ended with "We Are the World," for which they were joined by Smokey Robinson, Jimmy Allen, Melissa Etheridge, Ari Lennox, Muni Long, Dustin Lynch. Oh shit. Oh, Yola and Richie himself. Okay, that's the highlights of the AMAs. Um Congratulations to Taylor Swift and all the people who actually who actually made it who actually made it and won the awards and stuff. So here it is. All right. So um let's see what else. Let me get to Jordan Sparks. All right. So all right. So let's see. Jordan Sparks has joined Kelly Rowland in defending Chris Brown after the singer was booed by audiences at the American Music Awards. Sparks, who collaborated with Brown on the 2008 duet "Nowhere," told TMZ on Tuesday that she loves Chris and thought he should have been at the awards ceremony, which took place at Los Angeles Microsoft Theater earlier this month. "People deserve to be able to grow and learn and be able to live their life without things hanging over them," Sparks said before declaring that everybody deserves that, especially him. Elsewhere in the interview, Sparks discussed the cancellation of Brown's unexpected AMA's appearance, where he was said to be performing a tribute set for Michael Jackson. Days ahead of the ceremony, which saw Brown win the AMA for favorite male R&B artist, the singer claimed on Instagram that the awards body canceled the tribute for reasons unknown. Referencing the act's performance, Sparks said they just shouldn't have canceled the performance. That's how I feel about it. The singer went on to discuss Brown's past controversies, which include his highly publicized domestic violence case involving ex-girlfriend Rihanna, saying, honestly, I think that shouldn't even be a conversation anymore. It's about his talent. I agree. In addition to the domestic violence case, which took place in 2009, Brown has faced a slew of legal battles in recent years, including potential jail time for owning a pet monkey and a lawsuit over an involving alleged dog attack involving his housekeeper. Last year, Brown was reportedly under police investigation over the alleged battery of a woman, charges that were later dropped due to insufficient evidence. Um, Sparks' defense comes days after that of Roland, who, when accepting Brown's AMA on his behalf, hit back at boos from the audience saying, "Excuse me, chill out." Roland doubled down on her defense of the singer this week, telling TMZ that before we point fingers at anybody, we should realize how grateful we are for every moment we get. Everybody deserves grace, period. Sparks is the latest musician to defend their relationship with the controversial singer in recent times. In July of this year, Joey Badass stood by his decision to collaborate with Brown on the 2022 track Welcome Back, saying at the time that people make mistakes. Justin Bieber echoed these sentiments in 2019, writing in an Instagram post that Brown's talent is overlooked because of a mistake he made. Yeah, I have to agree with this shit though, man. And hold on. That's not the one. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is what I meant to press. This is this is interesting, man. I mean, you know, I know everybody's not, you, they're not willing to forgive and stuff like that, but yeah, and his talent has been overlooked, man, based on one mistake that he made. Like, come on, it's like, how do you even fathom the idea that you're basically belittling the guy, and because the AMAs chose not to have him on the award show and stuff like that, they really blew it. I feel like they blew it. They really fucking blew it because of one measly mistake. Come on, son. This is ridiculous, man. Like, you gotta move on from this shit though, man. For real, for real, for real. And they wrong for that shit too. And I have to applaud two Pete Kelly Rowland and Jordan Sparks and Joey Badass for defending him, because he's a human being. Justin Bieber too, man. They all stuck up for him, man. They really did, and that's pretty dope, man. So let's make some noise for them. Okay, before I forget, let me get to Mayor Eric Adams. Um yes, let's get to that right there. Uh so out with the old and in with the goals. The vision for a redeveloped Willis Point that Mayor Eric Adams outlined Wednesday would transform the long neglected industrial wasteland in Queens into a massive mixed use development featuring 2,500 affordable housing units anchored by a new major league soccer arena. The new 25,000 seat stadium right across the street from Citi Field. The New York Mets digs will serve as the new home of the New York City Football Club and is slated to open in 2027. The mayor said, um, the stadium, which bears an approximately $780 million price tag, will be entirely paid for by the team. While unveiling phase two of the redevelopment at the Queens Museum Wednesday morning, uh, Adams said the project will transform what has been a blighted home to auto body shops with very little modern infrastructure into a brand new neighborhood. His efforts to fast track the project and get it over the finish line come after nearly 2 decades of attempts to redevelop the beleaguered neighborhood that started during the tenure of former Mayor Michael Bloomberg. For decades, Wills Point has not been able to move to this final phase. It was not done, Adams said. And we were clear and focused on that with the right team. Many of them here today. This was a blighted, underutilized, and ignored piece of real estate in our city. It has little infrastructure and was prone to flooding. We have a once in a generation opportunity to create a brand new neighborhood. I'm proud to share our vision here today. Adams was joined by his deputy mayor for economic and workforce development, Maria Torres Springer, City Economic Development Corporation, um, President and CEO Andrew Kimball, City Council member Francisco Moya, and Queensboro President Donovan Richards. Until now, Wills Point has been a valley of ashes, Moya said in reference to how F. Scott Fitzgerald characterized the arena in his 1925 classic novel, The Great Gatsby. I want to talk about the Valley of Ashes because it's almost 100 years ago F. Scott Fitzgerald wrote about this very spot, Moya said. And for almost 100 years, Wills Point has been just that, a valley of ashes. Failed plan after plan left his corner of Queens, this corner of my neighborhood, to languish until today. Wills Point will no longer be unsightly or a dumping ground. The stadium venue serves as the centerpiece of the project's second phase, which also includes 1,400 units of affordable housing, in addition to the 1,100 included in phase one, bringing the total of 2,500, a 250 bed hotel and 10,000 square feet of open space, adding to the 30,000 introduced in the first phase. The plans for phase one, released by the city's Economic Development Corporation in September, also included a 650 seat K through 8th school and retail space. Queens Development Group, a partnership between the related companies and Sterling Equities, will be developing the 23 acres of city-owned land the project is being constructed upon. The entire project, including the soccer stadium, will be built by union labor. Um, the mayor said. It will create 1,550 permanent jobs and offer 14,200 construction jobs. It's expected to generate $6.1 billion in revenue for the city over the next 30 years, he added. Adams said 100% of the homes being constructed um, across 7 buildings will be affordable to families making up to $40,000 a year, making it the biggest affordable housing project in the city in decades. Housing is more than a place where we lay our heads. It's the precursor to sleep that allows us to experience the American dream, where these 2,500 units of 100% affordable housing will be built in this city. Adams said, "This is the biggest 100% affordable housing project in New York City since the 1970s." Moyer said he fought for the units to be deeply affordable, making them available to people earning a small percentage of the area median income. In the first phase of the project, and will do the same with the second phase. A spokesperson for the mayor said that while the exact affordability of the apartments hasn't been determined yet, they will be between 30% and 130% AMI, with most of the units being under 80%. While construction of the soccer stadium and the hotel will completely privately financed. City taxpayers will be picking up the tab for construction of the affordable buildings and for public infrastructure costs. Torres Springer said in response to a question from AM New York Metro, but she explained, no, excuse me, she emphasized that the cost, whatever it ends up being, will be negligible compared to the amount of money the city stands to make from the development. The big picture here is that we have 2,500 units of housing affordable to Queens residents and New Yorkers at a range of incomes, she said. And very importantly, it's the type of project that will generate $6 billion in economic impact over 30 years and close to 16,000 jobs. So that should be looked at not just as expenditures, but as real investments in the future of this borough and this city. Torres Springer estimated that the public infrastructure price tag could be in the 200 to $300 million range, but wasn't able to provide a figure on the housing construction costs, which will be paid for through subsidies from the city's Department of Housing Preservation and Department and Housing Development Corporation. The mayor's spokesperson said that it's still unclear how much the city will have to shell out in HPD and HDC subsidize because the first phase of the project hasn't yet been financed, and the phase two still has to go through the uniform land use review process. That process involves getting approval from the community borough president and city council. While the spokesperson said that the project wouldn't start going through ULURP until later next year. Moria, who's up for re-election next year, told AM New York Metro that it could start as soon as the beginning of 2023, as late as mid 2024. We have time to do that, Moya said. It could be, in the beginning of the year. It could take anywhere between that or a year and a half. So that's pretty much it for that right there. Um, okay, what else we got to talk about here? Let me just see if there's anything else. See if there's okay. Yes. Yes. Before I forget, before I forget though, this episode is called Yummy Cupcakes. So this is pertaining to um National Chocolate Cupcake Day. National Chocolate Cupcake Day on October 18th annually celebrates the sweetness of small chocolate cakes with a dollop of frosting. One sweet serving satisfies chocolate and cake lovers. Okay, so hashtag chocolate cupcake day. Cupcakes have also been called fairy cakes, patty cakes, cupcakes. Cupcakes can be traced back to 1796 when the recipe notation of a cake to be baked in small cups was written in American Cookery by Amelia Simmons. The earliest known documentation of the term cupcake was in 1828 and 75 receipts for pastry cakes and sweetmeats in Eliza Leslie's receipt book cookbook. All right. Bakers initially baked their cupcakes in heavy pottery cups. However, bakers today use a plethora of tools at their fingertips. Some still use individual ramekins, small coffee mugs, large teacups, or other small oven-proof pottery type dishes for baking their cupcakes. Of course, the most common cupcake tool is the muffin or cupcake pan. This handy tool includes multiple cups in one device. Chocolate cupcakes come in a variety of flavors too. Of course, there's always the standard chocolate cupcake, but why stop there on a holiday? So, chocolate caramel cupcakes satisfy that extra cry for sweetness. Peanut butter chocolate cupcakes are the snacker's delight. Get devilishly good cupcakes with devil's food. Cool things off a bit with chocolate mint recipes too. And you can't forget chocolate orange cupcakes. Citrus brightens the flavor of any chocolate recipe. Of course, how to observe chocolate cupcake day. Um, Celebrate by trying one of the following tempting recipes while watching an episode of the Food Network reality based competition show Cupcake Wars. Remember to invite friends or family over to share. That's how we like to hashtag celebrate every day. So there's of course there's cream cheese cupcake, chocolate cupcakes, chocolate fudge cupcakes with peanut butter frosting, easy, super moist chocolate cupcakes, chocolate cream filled chocolate cupcakes, dark chocolate cupcakes. Um National Chocolate Cupcake Day history. National Day calendar continues researching the origins of the sweet cupcake holiday. So, it's on October 28th. Um, National National Cupcake Day is December 5th. Oh man. um, when is National Vanilla Cupcake Day? Wow. Um, November 10th. Okay, so I kind of missed out on those two. Um, I might use one of the two topics in a future in some of the future episodes, so we'll see. Let's see what else can we talk about here. I hope I ain't missed out on anything. Let's see. Let's see. Here we go. Yes, so Rolling Loud. Let's get into Rolling Loud real quick. Let me see how much time we got here. All right, we good. So, Rolling Loud announced the lineup for the 2023 Rolling Loud California Festival on Tuesday, November 15th, with a jam packed roster. topped by headliners Playboy Cardi, Travis Scott, Future, and Lil Wayne. The 3-day event will take place in Inglewood, California at the 300-acre Hollywood Park grounds adjacent to SoFi Stadium from March 3rd to the 5th of next year. The first edition of Rolling Loud in the Los Angeles area since 2019. The event was canceled in 2020 due to the COVID-19 slamdemic and moved to San Bernardino in 2021. Will mark Scott's first major headlining performance since the November 2021 Astroworld tragedy, where 10 fans died and hundreds were injured in a crowd crush. Among the other acts slated to take the stage at the festival are Kodak Black, Tiger, Trippie Redd, The Baby, Sweetie, Fabio Foreign, Soldier Boy, Little Baby, Don Toliver, 2 Chainz, Kevin Gates, Lil Yachty, City Girls, Chief Keef, Lil Uzi Vert, Polo G, Moneybagg Yo, and many more. Well, Rolling Loud is deeply honored to be the first ever music festival to take place at the incredible Hollywood Park, said Rolling Loud co-founders Matt Zingler and Tariq Sheriff in August when they announced the LA dates. We're pumped to return to LA and make our debut in Inglewood, such an important neighborhood in rap history. Rolling Loud California 2023 will be an event worthy of its historic location, celebrating the undeniable influence of the West Coast on hip hop and featuring some of the hottest rappers in the game. Stay tuned for our biggest and best California festival yet. And you can check out the names on the lineup below. In the Rolling Loud's Instagram page. Yeah, you can check that out too. So everything's already in there. All the names are in there. So obviously you can follow Rolling Loud for more information and the names of the artists that's going to be there from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's pretty much where this is gonna be. So yeah, I'm not gonna really have a chance to read all this, so I leave that to y'all. So y'all can follow Rolling Loud on Instagram, and you can see the picture Rolling Loud California where it says March 5th on SoCal 2023. RollingLoud.com is where you can get all your information from. So there you have it right there. Yes, GloRilla. Yes, so we got 2 stories about GloRilla, and then we wrap up. Let's go. Good news awaited GloRilla when she landed in Los Angeles Tuesday morning as the nominees for the upcoming 65th annual Grammy Awards were being announced. She was one of them. Her breakout hit single F and F Let's Go with Hit Kid earned her a coveted spot in the best rap performance category. I'm in disbelief. I don't think this is happening for real. This is crazy. She tells Billboard shortly after the announcement, my team let me know, but I had to go look it up for myself because I had thought maybe they was playing. Surely enough, the 23-year-old MC found herself with the likes of DJ Khaled, Jay-Z, Kendrick Lamar, Future, Young Thug, and other hip hop heavyweights in the same category. It's super lit. She says of being in their company. The 2022 summer anthem FNF propelled GloRilla into stardom this year, reaching number 1 on mainstream R&B hip hop airplay and peaking at number 42 on the Billboard Hot 100, as well as inviting a deal with Yo Gotti's CMG label in July. The song not only put Glow on the map, but it also helped shine a light on Memphis. That's what we were lacking in Memphis. We got great male artists coming out, but for females, the light was so dim. She opened up doors and put a spotlight on a lot of females. Her manager Marcus Ward told Billboard back in February, "It's a hood triumph for sure," Glow says. I feel super blessed. And of course, in other GloRilla news, let's get to that. Let's get to that. Um and GloRilla, okay, Grammy nominated artist GloRilla has secured her second number one on US urban radio with her single Tomorrow 2 featuring Cardi B. The smash song debuted at number one on Apple Music, landed at number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, trended number one on YouTube upon its release, and currently has over 64 million views and counting. The Memphis native previously achieved the chart topping feat in August when her breakout single FNF Let's Go soared to number one on the US urban radio chart. To date, GloRilla's breakthrough hit has garnered over 52 million YouTube views and 30 million Spotify streams to date. GloRilla's string of successful singles has resulted in numerous award nominations, including Best Breakthrough Artist at this year's BET Hip Hop Awards, Favorite Female Hip Hop Artist at the 2022 American Music Awards, and her first ever Grammy nomination for Best Rap Performance. Well, most recently, GloRilla released her debut EP, Anyways, Life's Great, which showcases her signature sound and versatility. At the top of 2023, she'll embark on her first ever headline tour in support of the project, kicking off on January 27th in Charlotte, North Carolina. The sold out tour will be an opportunity for fans to experience the EP and Glow's infectious energy live. Anyways, life's great probes deeper, tapping into her furthest depths of Glow's psyche. Um, from the harrowing opener, "No More Love to and Out Loud Thinking," which closes the record with the most revealing lyrics in the young rapper's catalog to date. Despite being just 23 years old, Glow brings to the table a lifetime's worth of experience, raised in a religious family in North Memphis, where she sang in the church choir, but was forbidden from listening to rap music. Glow developed a unique musical perspective before being earmarked as a future superstar by the Yo Gotti, who signed her to his CMG imprint. Glow learned how to translate her vibrant personality and unmistakable drawl into one of the most irresistible on-record personas to emerge in recent memory. And you can check out her EP and Anyways Life's Great, which is out on every music stream platform where you get your music. Spotify, there's YouTube Music, of course, hopefully Amazon Music and Apple Music, wherever you get your music and stuff like that. So, um, congratulations, congratulations to GloRilla. I'm going to let's make some noise. Sorry about that. That's the wrong one. Um, yes, yeah, here it is. All right. All right. Let me see. We're gonna wrap this up right here, man. We'll wrap this up right here, man. All right. So, our very last segment of the night we're gonna get into is stream choices on the go, man. Let's go. Yes, you know what to do. You can go ahead and show some love by following Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York podcast on Facebook and Instagram, alongside with my Sports Edition show, Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, and the review show, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast, as well as myself, G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. Turn on your notifications so you can be in the know on when I'm going to be on Instagram Live on 3 of the podcast show pages. And of course, be sure to keep an eye out for when each episode is going to be dropping. So you can go to the link in bio where it says Linktree/G Money Stacks, where you see all the audio streaming platforms. And of course, you can leave a voice message on anchor.fm/G Money Stacks/message. And speaking of Anchor, that's what we're going to start with. So Anchor, Audacity, Audible, Audio Burst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Reason FM, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts, and of course you can also listen to Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York podcast episodes on every on Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the #1 app for music, radio, and podcasts. And be sure to follow my other 2 shows that's on iHeartRadio as well, with the Sports Edition show of Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, and of course, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast review show. Make sure you follow that as well. And of course, do the sing for YouTube right here. Make sure you grab that subscribe button and click on the noti bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream, along with the reminder of the time of the recording. Leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and the topics. And be sure to stay tuned for more video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes. And of course, make sure you listen, stream, watch the episodes in case you miss any of them. Download these episodes, share the videos, share the episodes, and of course, tell a friend to another friend. Spread the word. Word of mouth is important. And of course, share the podcast along with your husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, friends, people you cool with from work, and everywhere else you meet people face to face. And yes, that's gonna do it for me. I'm your man, G Money Stacks. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in and rocking with me on episode 216, titled Yummy Cupcakes. And remember, the grind doesn't stop. New York wasn't built in a day. If you want something, you got to work hard and you have to earn it. And also find your voice, be yourself, follow your goals and dreams and what makes you happy creatively, mentally, physically, and spiritually. That gets you into your zone alongside with confidence, consistency, and tunnel vision. All right? That's going to do it. I'm up out of here. Thank you. Peace and one love. And have yourselves a good night, folks.